I have 15 years experience eliminating visceral fat, 13 years tracking it in the most effective way by MRIs. I have more experience in the world than anybody else doing this. Want my tier list? Want to know what you got to do to get rid of this fat? That's what I'm talking about in this video. Pay attention to the details of this because it can completely change your life. First, on my tier list, legendary, is a principle. Quality matters more than quantity. The quality of that fat matters even more than the quantity of it. And the quality of what you do matters more than all the things you do. Yes, numbers do matter and can improve life. So one of the first things you got to do is track it. You got to see it. You got to understand it. So consider getting an MRI or a CT. An MRI is better because it does do radiation than a CT, but those are the best for visualizing this fat so you can process it through your brain, not just tracking a number like a DEXA scan just gives you a number. And I'll tell you up front, you're not as healthy as you think. You think you're not going to see much or any in there, and you better be ready for a shock of your life because you cannot see. I don't care if you got a six-pack abs. You look like you're shredded. This stuff is hidden disease you cannot see. I can see it in subtle biomarkers on their skin and their body. Get into it down the road, but for now, get the MRI. Second thing I want to talk to you about is tier level legendary material is restoring your microbiome. That microbiome is absolutely key. I'm known as the visceral fat doctor, the heart fat doctor, but I'd rather be known as the microbiome doctor because that's how I eliminate this deadly fat inside you, is through optimization of the microbiome and improving it, restoring it to what you had when you were a baby, before all the crappy lifestyle you have been living came into your life and disrupted your microbiome. Restore it to your ancestors' level of microbiome optimization. And that's going to take a lot of work and effort. The third tier legendary level, eat sterile, not just clean. You want nothing bad going in your body. Oh, well, I don't know if I have to do all. Yes, you do if you want to optimize. If you just want to play around with this and take a chance that your visceral fat can slowly be removed over a longer period of time, compromise a little bit. But some of you are on the verge of literally having a heart attack. I'm not trying to fearmonger you, but some people are worse off than others. And I can't tell when you're watching this who you are. So you just have to decide, how much is your health worth working towards to eliminate this deadly inflammatory fat? For me, it's everything, because I understand one thing: the better off I am in terms of what I do and how healthy I am, the more I enjoy my life. You don't really understand that if you're eating bull crap like cereals and pizzas and have your little cheat day where you're eating your muffins and cookies and ice cream, whatever else. You're cheating, you're compromising. So eat sterile. Nothing processed comes in you. No processed oils, no processed foods whatsoever. You're eating super sterile. No compromise whatsoever. Next thing I want to talk about, legendary levels to help you reduce your visceral fat, is fasting. And fasting, people talk about intermittent fasting and increasing that to 6 hours and stuff. It's dose dependent. What does that mean? The longer you fast, the better your results on this. Am I advocating for a 40-day, 80-day fast? No, I'm talking to average person. You want to fast longer. What do I say? I get my clients up to fasting about 72 hours straight, no calories, 3 days, about once a week. We're talking very serious fasting. But then it's game on when it comes to feeding. You got to recover 3 lost days. This is exactly how our ancestors ate. They basically had nothing to eat in between their hunts, and then they ate pounds of meat in a very short period of time. So what does that mean for you? Just gradually, slowly increase the amount of time that you fast so that you work your way up to it. If you jump into a 72-hour fast, the first time you do this, you're going to hate it. You're going to get weak because you're not ready for it. And then you never do it again. You just had a bad experience and you did too much of it. You didn't get food for a long time. It's just the way nature works, but you're biologically adapted for it. So start slow, work your way up to it. But extended fasting in a dose-dependent manner is how you optimize yourself and start accelerating the elimination of this disease. The next thing I recommend down at a B level is eating ruminant meat. It's going to upset some of those carnivores. Why do I have a B level? Well, because you could also slightly do almost the same thing with seafood, but ruminants are way better than pork and chicken, which are more inflammatory. Ruminant red meat, you got to eat it. But I'm telling you, scanning all these people that come to me in carnivores and they never cheat. They're hardcore carnivores filled with visceral fat because that's all they think they do. There's a whole lot more to this disease than just eating meat. And you want to understand that. But I'm telling you, red meat is where it's at. What I eat, almost exclusively red ruminant meat. It's the best meat to eat to optimize your human body. Even worse than those carnivores showing up to me and doing nothing else are the vegans and the vegetarians and even the pescatarians. And then we're going to get into the next thing that you are eating, restoring your microbiome at the top, is fermented foods. That's the best way to restore your microbiome, eating these fermented foods and eating red meat with fermented foods. Key to that. So make sure you're eating super healthy ruminant meat and you're eating fermented foods. The next thing down, B level, is stress management. You got to manage your stress. If you don't manage your stress, you're going to be adding gasoline to the fire. If I get you doing all the healthy things and you got just all the stress coming in, we cannot eliminate that visceral fat. But I'm putting it down. I'm not putting it at the very top because most of you, it's not as much of an issue. But some of you, I take care of some of my clients who are in the president's cabinet, their cabinet secretary, U.S. senators, governors, ambassadors, even heads of state. They got levels of stress you can't even imagine. And so I have a lot of experience, a lot of insight into this stress, and it is a killer and you need to be aware of it. So come to me. I can help you specifically with those techniques. The next thing to the top of the list is going to bother the heck out of a lot of you, but I'm going to hit you in your eyes. Right at the top of my F list is durational and endurance exercise. So endurance exercise, running, cycling, rowing for long periods of time. And here's the problem. When you're using your muscles for a long period of time, your blood goes to your muscles. It leaves your gastrointestinal tract and they become more inflammatory and you get leaky gut. World champion marathoners, ultra marathon runners, people have been doing it for a long time. Emaciated, sarcopenic, loss of muscle mass. That's how they look. Do you think that's a good sign of health? No. You want to sprint. You don't want to do durational exercise. You want maximum intensity exercise. Next point I want you to be challenged about is calories in, calories out. People complain about calories in, calories out. They don't work. Calories in does not emphasize the type of calories in. They want you to believe you can eat anything you want. Cotton candy, fudge, Captain Crunch cereal. Perfectly fine as long as you keep it underneath the certain calories that you need for your energy expenditure. They have you believe that. But let me tell you something. Those bullcrap calories that they're having you eat, that Captain Crunch, it's feeding a bad microbiome that's causing inflammation. So quality of calories matters far more than quantity of calories going in. Forget the calories in, calories out, counting your calories methodology. That will just lead to disease and a suboptimal lifestyle. The next thing I want to talk about is grains. Eat a variety of grains. Grains are highly inflammatory. They feed the wrong kind of microbes you don't want in your microbiome, destroying your level of health, your gut cells, and probably one of the biggest misnomers out there is sourdough bread. You think it's so healthy, it's fermented. You know what it is? It's dead inflammatory food. It might taste good, but that bread is fermented and there are microbes involved in that process. But as soon as they bake that bread, it's now dead and it's like Wonder Bread and it's inflammatory. So forget the sourdough bread. It's dead inflammatory food. You want fermented food like fermented kimchi, fermented kvass, fermented vegetables, even fermented fruit that's properly fermented, but not sourdough bread. Next point is juices and smoothies. Absolute crap. It's sugar, it's inflammatory. You think it's healthy, it's some kind of a cleanse. It's just going to lead to a suboptimal microbiome and disease. Next point is fruit and honey. Don't think you can eat fruit and honey. It's filled with fructose, highly glycated. Glycation is where these sugars, fructose especially, glycates tissue. Think of it as accelerated disease. Accelerate disease, stick with the fruit and honey. But here's what I want you to pay attention to. Those health influencers promoting fruit and honey, look at their faces. Not the young ones. Look at the ones that are like in their 40s, 50s, and 60s doing it a long time. They will have lost right here their superficial subcutaneous fat. You'll see these shrink-wrapped veins, and you'll see all these details of turkey neck, a waddle, like their veins and everything popping out in their neck because they lose their beautiful superficial subcutaneous fat. That's the type of fat you want to have, not visceral fat, not hard fat and not muscle fat. And when you eat fructose and you eat honey, you lose that fat in favor of visceral fat, hard fat, and muscle fat. So don't eat fruit and honey. The next point is low-fat diets. You want to eliminate carbohydrates and not fat. Get super healthy fat into you, like ruminant animals and omega-3 properly wild-caught seafood. The last one is bariatric surgery. You don't want to have surgical procedures to optimize your health. Start optimizing your lifestyle. You don't need surgeries. And the very last point is performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, and even hormonal replacement. That might get you more muscle, but in the end, it's not building your health. It's a shortcut for building muscle, but what you want to build is a healthy body. Dr. Sean, keep it right here for more health optimizing tips.